Why, you spoiled little brat. If you weren't the queen's child, you'd be nothing.
You will never have my powers. I will destroy you first.
Diabolico, what are you doing?
I've just been adoring little Impus as he sleeps. So innocent and vulnerable. Sup, you guys? ASD Classified here, and I have another season review. This time, Power Rangers Lightspeed Rescue. Power Rangers Lightspeed Rescue. Good. I'm at a 10. I'm gonna bring it down a little bit. Okay, so I have a new review. It's Power Rangers Lightspeed Rescue. Alright, let's get into this. So the season begins with us following these three nomads, travelers, thieves, whatever you want to call them. They were in this desert, I believe it was in the Middle East, and yeah, they discovered this hidden like room pit place under the sands in the desert. They went down there, they were searching for treasure, they discovered this tomb, and then they opened the tomb and unleashed demons onto the world. Yes, and these demons are our villains for this season. So yeah, the demons, once they're free, they go to this alternate dimension. I don't know, they go to the villain lair for this season, which is the Skull Cavern. So they go there and we're introduced to them fully. One of them is Diabolico, who's the head demon in charge. The other is Loki, who's an idiot. The other is Vipera, who's the woman demon who can't act. And the other one is Jinxer, who's our Venster for this season. Oh, and there's another one who is Impus, and it's a little baby demon, like an imp. Impus, get it? Yeah. So yeah, the villains, they're free, and they're like, oh yes, after all these years, we're free. And Diabolico's like, yes, but, you know, the Queen Shira isn't here. Viper, we must care for her son, Impus. And then I think Loki starts talking like our palace is gone. Like these humans, they built their disgusting city over our palace. Well, then we must destroy their city. And that's pretty much the plot of this season in a nutshell. The villains want to destroy the city of Manor Bay so that they can rebuild their demon palace, which once stood over the whole damn city, I guess, back in the old-timey days. Yeah, so the only force that stands in the way of these evil demons is the U.S. government, apparently. So yes, this season is the first season where we had man-made powers. Yes, the government said, bitch, we are going to take care of our own shit, and we're going to make our own Ranger powers, and that's exactly what happened here. So yeah, basically the U.S. Army kidnapped 4 people and enlisted them to be Power Rangers. Yes, they took clip notes from Zordon. So one was Carter, who became our Red Ranger, and he was a firefighter. One was Joel, who became our Green Ranger, and he was the Sky Cowboy. Like, he flew, like, airplanes for a living or whatever. And another one was Kelsey, and she, I don't know, she does a lot of extreme sports and stuff. Like, she climbs mountains, etc., you know. And another one was Chad, and he was a martial artist, and also he worked at SeaWorld. I don't know, he was a swimmer. Really, he worked with the dolphins and whales and shit. Whatever. So yeah, this is our ragtag team. And the 5th one, the Pink Ranger, was Dana, and she was the daughter of Captain Mitchell. And Captain Mitchell is the one that's in charge of Operation Lightspeed. Yes, yes. He's our mentor for this season. So yeah, that's basically the team. And they come together to fight evil. Yeah. Okay, to slow things down a bit, Captain Mitchell has 4 people brought to this military base, and they're chosen to be Power Rangers, okay? Yep. And this base is underwater, by the way, because the demons apparently lose their power when they touch water. Just go with it. I mean, not even holy water, just water. But anyway, so yeah, these 4 people are brought to this base, and they're chosen to be Power Rangers, and that's fine. And Captain Mitchell, when he brings them to the base, he explains, you know, the story, you know, everything that's going on. So 5,000 years ago, these evil demons roamed the land, whatever, doing nefarious things. And then one day, this super powerful sorcerer captured all the demons and imprisoned them in this tomb, which is basically a portal to the shadow world, but we'll get into that. So yeah, basically, powerful sorcerer imprisoned these demons. Yeah. So the U.S. government has been fearing the day that these demons would be unleashed upon the world again. And now that day has come, and so these people have been chosen to be Power Rangers and fight it. Okay. Question. Alright. So, Captain Mitchell and the U.S. government, they've known about these demons for years. They know where they were imprisoned and everything. For years. In fact, when Captain Mitchell went to his daughter and said, "Daughter, you're going to be the Pink Ranger," he told her that he had been training her to be a Pink Ranger for years, even though she didn't realize it. Again, you've known about this for years. Nobody ever said, "Hey, maybe we should put a couple of guards up to protect this place so that nobody accidentally goes there and unleashes evil upon the world." Nobody thought that. I mean, I know it's out in the middle of nowhere, but you know, the planet has like 6 billion people. Somebody would have eventually stumbled over there. I'm like nothing. No, not a guard or two. Don't build a brick wall over the pit or something. I mean, nothing. Our government is cheap as hell. Whatever. Captain Mitchell's daughter, Dana, she says, "Yep, I'll be the Pink Ranger," and the other 4 people say, "Yep, I'll join the team, I'll be a Ranger," and then they go out and they fight the forces that are attacking the city. So it was a bunch of Batlings, which are the foot soldiers for this season, and they look fucking hideous. And there was also this fire demon, and it was just a reused Psycho Red costume. But yeah, it was this fire demon. They were attacking the city. The Lightspeed Rangers go out there and they kick butt. Also, these are the first Rangers to ever have their identity publicly known. You know, I actually thought that was kind of cool. Like, I was not bothered by that when I was a kid. I was like, what? Y'all just gonna morph in public like that in front of everybody? Like, what? Breaking Zordon's rules and shit, but whatever. It's cool. So yeah, they morphed in front of everybody and saved the day. And you know, Operation Lightspeed, which is the premiere's name, it was okay. Like, you know, it's not a bad premiere at all. It's just okay. I really don't like one-part premieres. I always prefer it to be like a 2-parter. But, you know, it was okay. It was okay. Episode 2, Lightspeed Teamwork, was a pretty good episode. And really the most important things that happened in it was that the Rangers got their Zords. Yes. And they formed the Lightspeed Megazord for the first time. And the Lightspeed Megazord is a pretty good looking Megazord. Like, it's not my favorite or anything, but you know, there's nothing wrong with it. It looks cool. But the thing I love the most about this Megazord is the Lightspeed ladder arms. Like, man, like these arms would just like go gadget on these villains. Like, it just stretch out and punch them. And when they did the Lightspeed flip kick, man, the Lightspeed flip kick was like the best shit ever. Like, it would just put them down and then start flipping. Like, man, kicking the shit out of the giant monsters. Like, that is one of the most badass moves in Power Rangers for me. Like, goddamn it. The other important thing about this episode is that it started the little romance between Joel and Miss Fairweather. Now, Miss Fairweather was the head scientist of the place. She and her team designed the Ranger powers and the Zords, pretty much everything there, because she's a bad bitch. And they should have been calling her Dr. Fairweather, but whatever, Miss Fairweather. So yeah, this episode started that little romance, and you know, it lasted like throughout the season. It was a running gag, you know, with Joel constantly trying to woo her, and she was like, man, you better do better than that, you know. You know, when Lightspeed first started, Kid Me wasn't that into it. You know, I mean, it wasn't bad. It was just, nah. But the first episode I remember really liking was episode 5, A Matter of Trust. I can't really explain why I enjoyed this episode so much, but I did. Maybe it has something to do with the fact that the baby demon made the monster, and the monster was powerful as fuck. I don't know. I just thought that was funny, I guess. Like, it's just a little baby, and he sleeps all day, and then he makes this powerful-ass monster, and it was great. I don't know. That monster kicked a lot of ass. And I think it sounded like Rito, right? Yeah. I don't know. It was a fire monster, and at one point, it, like, it used its magic on the sun, and it was making the sun like roast everybody there and shooting fireballs out. Like, that was freaking awesome. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Also, I think that Dana had a couple of "you go girl" moments in the episode, you know, and that was pretty cool. So yeah, I think it was, what was the plot? So there was this fuel cell that Lightspeed had, and if it overheats, it can blow up and destroy the whole city or something like that. The demons somehow know about this fuel cell, and they want to use it for their evil plans. So, you know, there lies why the fire monster was created. So, yeah, Captain Mitchell sends 4 of the Rangers to protect this guy because, you know, he's the one that supposedly has the fuel cell. And then he tells his daughter to go protect this, like, fisherman. Like, well, not protect him, like, bring him to the aquabase so that he and his friend can go fishing. So, yeah, 4 Rangers doing real ranger work, and then Dana has to babysit some fisherman guys so that her dad can have fun. And then they're wondering why Dana was upset. Like, what? But it turns out that the Rangers were protecting a decoy, and that the fisherman buddy was the one who really had the fuel cell. So Dana was mad over nothing. It just seems that, you know, this didn't really need to happen. You could have just had the Rangers go protect the decoy captain, and you could have told Dana the truth so that she wouldn't be acting all pissy-wissy, you know. Then again, Dana is in the army. You don't question the orders, girl. You just follow them. So, whatever. I like episode 5 anyway. Oh, in episode 5, I think it's the first time that the Rangers did this playing possum thing that they do. So, yeah. So they were fighting. So all 5 of the Rangers were fighting the fire monster, and he gets the upper hand, and all the Rangers are like on the ground, and then, you know, the monster's about to finish them off, and they're like, and then just say, "It's like," and then, you know, just beat them up. Like, I loved it. The Lightspeed Rangers did that quite a few times in this season. Like, they need to bring playing possum back with the Power Rangers. Like, I like that stuff. So it's like, oh, you beat us. Fight! Episode 7, Cyborg Rangers, is another early favorite episode of mine. Like, in it, this guy, General McKnight, shows up, and he's Captain Mitchell's boss, and he basically fires the other Rangers and replaces them with Cyborg Rangers, you know. And he's like, "Captain Mitchell, what's wrong with you having these kids fight Diabolico? We need robots," you know. And part of me kind of gets what General McKnight was saying, because, like, I mean, why did Captain Mitchell have to pick up 4 randoms to fight? Like, didn't he have any trained operatives in the army that he could call on? Why did he have to pick up 4 civilians? Like, Dana was already a part of the army, so I'm fine with her. You know, but, I mean, why did you need somebody from SeaWorld or somebody who climbs mountains to be a Power Ranger? I don't really, I mean, but, you know, Carter was a firefighter, I mean, and you have to have, like, good stamina to be a firefighter, so I'm fine with that. And Joel, you know, he could fly an airplane, so, you know, that's like Air Force material. And Chad, you know, he could swim, and swimming is a good skill, but he was also a powerful martial artist. Kelsey, she has good stamina, too, I don't know, I mean... And, you know, Dana, you know, Dana was a paramedic, so you know, getting there healing these people up, that's fine. You know, so that's why I'm not too bothered by it, but I can see what General McKnight was saying, like, why you picked up these random people to be Power Rangers, you know. But, robots, yeah, your solution wasn't any better. Especially, like, these robots were not sophisticated robots either. These robots had to be controlled by remote, okay? So, this was not state-of-the-art technology, alright? Oh, and shock of all shock, the military eventually loses control over these robots, and they go evil and run a rampage over the city, and then the Fire Rangers had to come back and stop them, and they had a pretty cool original fight too. Like, that was awesome. Like, really, I just enjoyed this episode. It's cool. And the Sentai action was good too. They were fighting this demon who could shoot spikes and lightning. You know, it's a very entertaining episode, man. Episode 10, Rising from Ashes. This episode is where the Rangers got their second Megazord, the Super Train Megazord. Oh man, I just love this Megazord. Like, Kid Me just was blown away by it. Like, they summoned this Megazord to fight like 2 monsters, 2 giant-sized monsters. They summoned this Megazord, right? And then when the Megazord showed up with the monsters, The monsters are here. The Megazord is here. That blew me away when I was a kid. I'm like, oh my God. How can the Rangers lose? You know, like, God damn it, that thing was gigantic and it was shooting missiles and lasers and shit. Badassness. Also, around like episode 9 or 10, the Demon's Master or Queen, you know, Queen Banshira, she started showing up and being like, why is my palace not ready yet? Oh, you know, and to check on her baby son. Okay, more questions. One, why is Queen Banshira a ghost? Like, I mean, did the sorcerer kill her before he sealed away her minions? Why is she a ghost? And where has she been this whole time? You know? Two, why is Empress a baby then? I'm assuming Empress was sealed away with Diabolico and all the others in the Shadow World, so why is he a baby? Like, I mean, maybe, I guess you don't age in the Shadow World. I don't know, but, you know, you could throw me some dialogue. I'm just saying, but whatever. Nitpicking. Alright, now we're on episode 11, From Deep in the Shadows. Alright, time for some titanium power. So yes, Miss Fairweather and her team developed the Titanium Ranger Morpher, which is like a new power source for the Rangers. Well, it could have been. So yeah, Carter was supposed to take on it, and he tried to use the power, but it was like too much for him. The powers are apparently too much for a normal human to handle, so yeah, experiment failed. Titanium Ranger powers, yeah, we can't use them. After, you know, Carter failed to use the power, so Captain Mitchell, I think he took the Morpher and had it locked up in his office. And then Dana came to see her daddy, and then I think she brought in like a cake or something, and then it had like, you know, 20 on it, and they were about to blow out the candles on it. They were talking about, like, I still remember my brother, like he would have been 20 years old today, you know, and then they were talking about it. So yeah, apparently Dana used to have a brother when they were kids, and he was older, and he died somehow. So yeah, and that's what they were reminiscing over. And then later on, somebody sneaks aboard the Aqua Base. How do you even sneak aboard a place that is run by the government? I don't even... Whatever, he snuck aboard the Aqua Base, this mysterious person, and then he snuck into Captain Mitchell's like office, because somehow this mysterious person knew that the Titanium Morpher was in there. I don't know how he knew. Maybe he had a crystal ball or something. He went in there, and then he took the Titanium Morpher, and then he snuck out. So yeah, like the next day, the Rangers go out to fight Vipra and her batlings. You know, the Rangers, they challenge her, and then this Titanium Ranger appears. They're like, what? Titanium Ranger? How can this be? You know, and then Captain Mitchell realized that somebody had stole the Morpher. And then the Lightspeed Rangers have to fight the Titanium Ranger, and the Titanium Ranger beat the crap out of all 5 of them. Yep, the Rangers even called upon their blaster, which was like the rescue bird, and they tried to use their blaster on him, and even that didn't work. The Titanium Ranger just deflected the beam back onto them. They just got their asses whooped, basically, in a nice little original fight. Because the Titanium Ranger is the first originally Power Ranger U.S. exclusive made Ranger. Yay! So yeah. So after the Rangers got their ass whooped, then Miss Fairweather just made them new weapons. The V-Lancers. Yeah, because in Lightspeed, whenever the Rangers get beat, Miss Fairweather just dishes out new weapons. That's all you need. All you need is new weapons. So there you go. But the V-Lancers are probably my favorite weapons in Lightspeed. I just like them. They're like these long little stabs, you know, that you can slice up people with. And then you can shoot them with the spectral beam, one of them. But I love that beam, though. It's just spectral blast and boom! Badassness. So yeah, the Rangers get their V-Lancers. They're able to kick the crap out of the Titanium Ranger, and then they blast them. And then after they blast him the first time, like his mask was cracked, and then, you know, Captain Mitchell was watching the fight from the Aqua Base, and then he saw, like, the mask was cracked, and then he realized, that's my son! And then he told the Rangers, you know, not to kill him, because they were about to. They're like, we gotta finish him. This might be our only chance. Like, please, hold your fire, you know. And so, yeah, the Rangers, they didn't disobey, so they just left. I don't think that any evil Ranger got their ass kicked in, like, their premiere episode. I think he's the only one to ever show up, be badass, and then get your ass kicked in the span of one episode. So yeah, the Rangers go back to the Aqua Base and they're mad as hell at Captain Mitchell. They're like, damn it, we wanted to kill him. Why did you call us away? And then Captain Mitchell like, because he's my son. You know, yeah.